Hey everyone, it's your girl, the Hidden Lover, and I'm here with another Goddess Thoughts. So today, I wasn't really kind of sure where I was going to go, but what kind of been laying on my heart is stemmed from a conversation I had a couple of days ago with someone, and it was like we was talking about. He was telling me he had a thought that came across his mind that um, blessings are from God, so they're free. Gifts cost, and they come from the devil. And I use the devil loosely. I used to say the enemy, but I just wanted to kind of talk on that theme of what's the cost for what we do. And it's like everything we choose to do every day, whether we're buying something, whether we're working toward our goal, whether we're working, everything has a cost. You pay for something with your time, you pay for something with your energy, with your passion, with your finances, with so many different things, with your emotions. And we never really look at the intrinsic values of the cost of the things we do. And where I wanted to kind of go with this was, what's the cost of ascension? People always, you hear people's the song like from Donnie McKirkin, a saint is a sinner who fell down but couldn't stay up, who fell but got back up. And is the ascension worth the fall? Is the cost of hitting that rock bottom worth the price of ascending back up? And I'm gonna say all day yes, but for everybody it's different, because everybody has their own rock bottom. Everybody has their own fall in their own right, when we have to be torn down to be built back up, because you have to fall to ascend. The foundation we're born into is sand, is brittle. It wasn't meant for us to live the rest of our life off the foundation we were born into. Because see, the foundation that we're born into is built off of nurture, off the environment, off the society, off who you're around, who raised you. But understand that the foundation you're meant to stand on is your nature. That's what you were born to be. That was what you have to go inside and find that path, that guide that's going to allow you to become who you're meant to be in this lifetime. And for everybody, that's different. But I do know what it starts with, how you have to go inside. You have to look inside. And that's why I tend to say the enemy, because to me, truthfully, the enemy is the person you look in the mirror every day. That's the inner me, your energy, your energy. Like all that, that's you. Listen to the words and how they're said. Because if you understand that, most of the things and most of the situations that occur to us, that happen to us, happen because we get ourselves in situations that we didn't have to. We see signs of certain people or certain individuals, but we won't walk away. We get intuition and feelings not to do something. We do it anyway. We know we're not supposed to do something and don't care and do it anyway. Or the opposite, certain things that we supposed to do, or certain things that we supposed to walk to, or certain people we're supposed to be around. We choose the opposite, knowing good and well we shouldn't. And then we get ourselves in situations and we say, oh, the devil. Well, no. All the devil is the enemy. And the enemy is the product sum of your choices that went wrong. And understand, a lot of stuff, it ain't just that one choice. It's choices that have been building and building, and you never navigating and making changes. And then it comes to a head, sometimes to a dangerous head. But see, if you go back and you backtrack through those choices, from that led up to certain decisions, you'll see, well, there was this chance I could have did this. There was this chance I could have did this. There was this chance I could have did this, but I still chose to continue to do what I chose to do. And there we go. I can't I can't stress that. You hear people say the devil made me do it, or it's, no, no, you chose to do it or not do it, or to stand still, whatever it is. There's a lot of situations where we choose certain things, and at that point it can lead to something devastating, or it can lead to something wonderful. Because I understand, I truthfully hit my ultimate rock bottom in 2022. And I'm talking about that fall hurt. It hurt, but I got back up. And as I got back up and I kept fighting, I started realizing that I needed to fall. I didn't even recognize the person I was. I didn't recognize the person I was becoming, and I didn't care. And for me, falling, and not only falling, falling alone. See, it's one thing when you have people around you. It's a whole nother thing when you don't know where to go. You have to put food in your house. You got to pay for your bills, your lights, like all this stuff. You got children to take care of. You have all these things, and you're going through stuff in your personal life. You're not all this stuff, and there's nobody around to help you. Not family, not friends. Nobody's around to help you, and you have to learn to navigate it on your own. Two things that makes you, when you get back up, you understand you can do anything. You are limitless. You are a powerful entity, and your mind is on a level that you can never understand. And once I understood that, it's put me in a position today where it's like I know anything I can put my mind to, I can achieve. So yes, that fall was worth this ascension, because now I know I never hit that low again. But I might stumble, I might fall. I have stuff happen all the time, you know. That's just a part of life, because there's still lessons we have to learn. And as we continue to learn these lessons, and then we start reacting and responding in the way proving that we learned them, we don't have to go through them again. But see, what normally happens is we get shown lessons and we ignore them, or we'll follow that whatever it is we needed to learn for a little bit, and then we'll fall right back into the same situation, because it's either a person, place, entity, thing, whatever it may be, that's triggering whatever that response is that you're supposed to learn. You're not learning. So one thing I often go through, like every day I go through the course of my days, and every so often I go through a period where I evaluate the people in my life. And I learned this for someone else. She told me she does it every 90 days. She evaluates everybody in her life, and those who need to be removed, she removes, and those who don't get another 90 days. And I was like, I don't know if I would be like that, but but every now and then I do take audit of the relationships that I have with different people, whether it's business, whether it's friendship, whether it's family, it doesn't matter. And in that point, in that moment, I start looking like, hey, is this reciprocal? Is this even? What are some of the things, like, how do I feel? Is this person draining my energy? Is this person matching my energy? Is this person giving me energy? Like, what? And you make those assessments. And I learned that, and I'm saying that because when you don't take audit of the people around you, there's a cost for that. There's a price for that. Because see, what you don't understand is when you're not evaluating the people around you, you only have so much room in the circle around you that you orbit in. So you be wondering why opportunities not coming in, certain things not coming in, certain people aren't able to get to you because you have the wrong people occupying the space around you and there ain't no room for the next person. Have you ever realized that when you step away from certain situations and certain people, and when you step away, you learn and you move, the next people come in, help you move to the next level, or help you open doors, or help you navigate? Because as you vibrate higher, you attract higher vibrational people that match the frequency you're at that moment in your life. But in order for them to come in, you have to release the lower frequency people from around your circle. And it doesn't mean that you have to be nasty. You can release people with love, and it doesn't mean you have to completely cut them off, but it's just like, hey, I need space right now. We're not in the same place. I still love you. If you really need something, hit me up. I'm gonna check on you. But just having them in that inner circle, or in those inner rings of Saturn, or whatever you want to call it, some people have to be removed for that, for order you to grow, in order for you to continue to ascend. And that's part of the cost too. And it's like, you hear a lot of people say it's lonely at the top. And when I delve into that, everybody has their own pyramid top. It's like when in the astrological, you have a north node and a south node. We're born in our south node, but the top of that is the north node. And that's one of the goals, is for us to go through our trauma, our healing, our karmic lessons, and get to our north node. That's like the top of your pyramid as well. We all have a peak. Everybody's peak is different, and it doesn't mean that anybody's peak is better or lesser than nobody else's peak. It's just what you were sent here to do, your purpose, your mission, your job here. You have a peak, and you're supposed to climb up that mountain. You're supposed to send that mountain, that pyramid in you, so that you can become that royal and understand that you are a goddess, or you are a god in your own right, made in the image of God, because we are his children. And understanding that, and understanding your glow, your essence, your aura, whatever, all that stuff. But there's a cost for climbing that pyramid. And if you understand, there's only one point at the top of that pyramid. So that's why you hear that statement, sometimes it's lonely at the top. Because as you continue to grow, less and less people can come with you. Less and less people can walk with you. Less and less people will choose to walk with you, will want to walk with you, will want to be around you. And it may not be because you're a bad person. It may not be because you're changing. Certain people are perfectly content who they are. But if you're not, you can't allow them to stop your growth. You can't allow them to stop your climb. You can't allow someone else being complacent and perfectly fine where they're at stop you from achieving what you need to achieve in your life. Plus, too, you're going to, as you climbing, you're just going to have people who are just going to come in, who may have been around you, who may be new, who are just jealous, who are envious or hateful, just because of your light, just because of what you've been blessed with, just because you keep going, just because. It's just people who are natural born haters. Like Kanye said a long time, hated niggas marry hated bees and have hated kids. They're just natural born haters. Like, they are just in their feelings about people, and they truthfully have no reason why, other than whatever's in them aggravated by you, and it justifies how they feel, even though you've never done anything to them. So those people, and sometimes that's family, sometimes that's friends, sometimes that's actually the person you're in a relationship with, or possibly a marriage with. Like, it could be anybody. Don't underestimate certain energies, because the closer a person is to you, the more they can be used to hurt you, because they understand you on a level other people don't. They know how to trigger you. They know your weaknesses. They know your desires. They understand what makes you tick. And see, when you're being tempted, and when you're being triggered, and when you're being tested, the easiest person to test you is someone close to you, because the hardest person for you to walk away from is someone you care about or someone you love. It's easy to walk away from somebody who you just met or at a job or something. Those things are easy. There's no true feelings there. You may be mad. You may get tested and be like, are you going to act the fool or not? But you can walk away. But when that person has a hold on you, has a bond, and you have love, empathy, sympathy, compassion, caring for a particular person. Even sometimes it can even be your own children. So I mean, anything, any vessel, any avatar can be used in moments time, because sometimes they don't even realize that they're being used, and it's not even intentional. They just don't realize and don't recognize because they haven't done what they need to do inside to heal themselves. And that makes them susceptible to target you because they're close to you, and you are now the target because you are doing the work. And understand, the more work you do, the more you vibrate higher, the more you start healing yourself, the more you start taking accountability for the things you do and start making amends and changing and forgiving yourself and evaluating and changing your life and doing all these things, the more harder your life becomes. The more spiritual warfare you go through. Certain people can even go through those doing dark arts against them. Like, you experience all this. And trust me, the more you bounce back, the more it happens. But it's making you stronger and it's making you more capable. And so understand that's the cost. There's so many costs with ascending into your higher self, into your higher energy, into your highest vibration. That cost is something that you pay every day. But once you have been awakened, and those who I know I'm talking about, once you have been awakened and you start walking truthfully in that, and you start doing things truthfully from the purpose of you are meant to do it, not for money, not for fame, not for clout, not for just cause, but you doing it because you know you wouldn't feel right if you didn't do it. You know you can't breathe without doing it. You know you're meant to do it, and you know you've been shown to do it. That cost is minimal. There's some days where you be like, man, oh, why I do this? Lord Jesus, why I do this? Heavenly Father, why I do this? Like, why I do this? But then you think, and you be like, I know why I do it. I never stop doing it because I do it from the heart. So that cost was those lessons. That cost is also those blessings. So understand that there's a cost for everything we do. But you have to be willing to accept that cost. And if you can accept it, then your fall was worth your ascension. Your heartaches and your heartaches and pains is worth that climb. And understand, you can't take everybody with you, but you will be able to help people under you. That's my guidance thoughts for the day. It's your girl, the Hidden Lover. Y'all have a good